Okay, y'all, let's talk about this. So this is a video that I'm redoing from like some days ago because there was some other things that I talked about that we actually have an outcome to now. So the video will be a couple of days old. So this is why I'm doing it over. And I've noticed, see, the smaller channels like mine, we will talk about something and then the bigger channels will reiterate it. Not mad about any of it. For what? The thing about it is, it's fake. And I'm going to explain why it's fake. If you, it's cheesy. Because if you are inspired to do a video because you saw somebody else's video, I don't need the acknowledgement. It doesn't matter. But it's cheesy. And it makes you look fake as fuck because you're speaking about something that you feel is being done wrong. But you saw other people's videos that inspired you to say what you're saying. Example. This is why I never respected the WWE even as a kid. Because I remember getting a box full of videos and we watched Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Fuck Hulk Hogan. We watched them and we watched these motherfuckers wrestle in the AWA. Several times. They wrestle in WWE. And Gorilla Monsoon sit down his greasy lion ass and says, "First time ever, Andre the Giant versus Hulkamania Hulk Hogan." Not first time in the WWE, but first time ever. And I'm going, no. At the time as a kid too, and that was just a deliberate flat out lie. But at the time as a kid, what I didn't know until I started to pay attention and start to see more videos, a lot of wrestlers, what happens is they have a chemistry. So now, let's say they're on the independents. It's like example, if you go back and look right now, you will see videos of like Ted DiBiase and Ravishing Rick Rude versus the Ultimate Warrior and Sting, right? When they were the Blade Runners. Now, when Ultimate Warrior, if your introduction to him was the Ultimate Warrior, not the Dingo Warrior, or not when he was Rock, okay? To you, seeing him and Rick Rude wrestling WWF, you think this is the first time, okay? You don't realize they have a history. Ted DiBiase, same thing, history. Then there's wrestlers that they may have had feuds with that they kept them away from each other in WWE, even though they had a feud in Mid-South or Florida Championship Wrestling or whatever. So I didn't realize this at that time because we didn't have access to all of that. But I started seeing these different wrestlers wrestling each other. And I'm sitting here, I'm talking, we already had access to NWA, but the behind the scenes shit and all that other, no. Mid-South, Florida Championship, Smoky Mountain, all these different companies. And you started seeing like, wait a minute, this guy wrestled this guy. Why are they acting like it's the first time ever? Right? The character changes, a lot of them were corny. If they did it right, then cool. Because I felt like the Ultimate Warrior was the best version of the Ultimate Warrior. He was more intense. The Dingo Warrior had a similar look, didn't have the tassels on the boots yet, had the little mustache and shit, had the kind of He-Man haircut. The Ultimate Warrior was more just like full blown. It was like he morphed into something even more powerful. He had a more complete look as the Ultimate Warrior, okay? And the character was just off the chain. The Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude, they had wrestled many times already. Ted DiBiase, they wrestled many times already. Same thing. You saw Brock Lesnar versus John Cena in with OVW or whatever the fuck, independent. And then you start to really see like, oh yeah, this is what happens. So that's not a bad thing, okay? But when you have to lie to people, but those lies are a part of your success, people don't see anything wrong with lying. But this is what they would do. Okay. Now, case in point, I always knew that they were not above lying. Okay, people always say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Fuck out of that corny shit, man. Women, men, whoever, what the fuck, everybody's not a fucking liar. And that's the sad thing about it. Because if you say that and then take yourself out that category, well, it seems kind of weird for you to take yourself out the category. Why? Because when you say what you say, well, it's in case anybody question what I'm saying. Who gives a fuck? You can show people proof in this generation and they'll still say it's not true. People know that there's people that know what's true and they will still go with the lie. Okay, so WWE was never some company I felt like they were above lying, or any company for that matter, but they loved to sit up and make lies up. Me and my cousin sat and watched Bret Hart wrestle against The Undertaker at a Madison Square Garden event. The Undertaker won because he took the urn and he knocked out Bret Hart with it and he pinned him. They wrestled at, I think, a SummerSlam or whatever event. And what was said? First time ever, Bret the Hitman Hart versus The Undertaker. And what made this one worse than the Hogan and Andre situation was because they wrestled on WWE soil. They wrestled under the WWE banner. And you say first time ever? And I'm like, wow, okay. I am seeing video after video after video after video after video after video where somebody is talking about the exact same shit that I'm talking about. And you got to remember, we're not talking about something that just happened last week, a couple of days ago, and we're talking about that story. I'm talking about the details, the intangibles that's attached to it. And they're talking okay, cool. It's like I told you guys before, a motherfucker sitting there talking about the Mount Rushmore of these YouTubers. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about no Mount Rushmore, and I don't need for people to try to put me in no category. But I guarantee you this, I influence your fucking Mount Rushmore in more ways than you realize. And the problem with the people that's doing this shit is because they seem to think that everything that's going on right now just started now. Like they act like racism started with Donald Trump. Foreigners to the country act like, oh, now America's so racist. No, motherfucker, it's been racist. The problem with you motherfuckers is that when all this shit was being directed at solely black Americans, to where, yeah, you just didn't give a fuck. But now they're deporting people from your country, from your families back to your countries, and now you're getting beat the fuck up by police, the racism, everything. Oh, now they're racist. They've been racist. Just like in the WWE, we've heard about racism. We've heard different things. The problem when it comes to professional wrestling is people seem to think everything is a shoot. Now, when I told you the story about Teddy Long, I'm not telling you nothing that you can't go and type in Teddy Long says Ric Flair is a racist and watch the video pop up. Now, Ric Flair, according to Teddy Long, said that, and Ric Flair didn't deny the shit at no point. And I do believe Ric Flair said that shit. So here's what happens. Teddy Long said that some Ric Flair fans or something got in the building. Now, at this point, this is when Teddy Long is a referee. And he told this story. He said that, apparently the girls found their way to Ric Flair's dressing room. And for whatever reason, Ric Flair blamed me. He said, I had nothing to do with that. I'm a damn referee. The hell am I letting in the building? He said that Ric Flair walked up and said, hey, nigga, come here. You like your job, nigga? You want to keep your job here? And tell don't you ever let nobody in my fucking room. And yeah, he told that story. Yeah, he told that story. So along with the R-Truth story about Jim Ross telling him that wrestling is a white man's sport, along with Devon Dudley saying that, you know, Jim Ross said he don't like his damn skin color and all that. He's right. Now all of these but praise Hulk Hogan even after hearing Hogan's racist fucking comments, you know, and of course idiots always try to take something and make it what it's not, and let's overlook that and let's look at the good. Fuck you. Look at the good. Fuck you. You support a racist? Fuck you. Simple. You're gonna just act like it didn't happen. Let's focus on the good. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. My point, people. Why y'all acting like racism just started? Why are y'all acting so shocked? Like when you talk about Triple H, proves that he's a racist. Because ever since he's been getting heat about being racist, now all of a sudden he's pushing all these black people. Do you want to know why they do this? See, because black people are smart enough to see and recognize a swerve. A bunch of dumb niggas aren't. WWE, how long have I been telling you motherfuckers this? You puppies, you wet behind the ear motherfuckers. How long have I been telling you guys this shit? They know that inclusion is enough to shut a lot of you up. All you gotta do is see black faces, and you'll have a bunch of ignorant niggas sitting up here telling you, oh no, they're not racist. Look, they got this guy, right? Okay, so let me show you how you debunk that bullshit. Okay? I'm gonna teach you motherfuckers something right now. Inclusion is no different from affirmative action. Let's just throw the niggas on TV to shut the rest of these niggas up. Here's what happens. Carmelo Hayes holds some bullshit belt right now, right? So what? So what? This isn't a title that you fight for. You're not putting your life on the line for shit. No, this is handpicked shit for whatever their agendas are. And when you say the person that holds the World Heavyweight Championship represents this company, right? And we have faith in you that you're the guy to carry this company, right? So far, then it's somebody else, right? The thing with that is this. It's not about just inclusion. Use these black wrestlers the same way, the same efforts you put into Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, The Rock, who don't know what the fuck he is. The same fucking type of Ric Flair, all these wrestlers that's non-black. Put that same Killer Kowalski, Nick Bockwinkel, Harley Race, Terry, put that same effort into black people. So therefore, when black wrestlers are in the same position that you can't talk about Ric Flair, not talk about, Javon Evans, or you can't talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin and not talk about Swerve Strickland. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And until that fucking happens, you idiots that just sit here and see a bunch of black motherfuckers on the fucking TVs go, oh, but they got black. Yeah, asshole. They have wrestlers. But this is what I'm saying. We saw the same shit happen in football. Oh, all of the racist comments that people made, but it wasn't yet. Oh, black quarterbacks, blacks aren't good at being quarterbacks. They're better off at running back and wide receiving. Wow. Yeah, this was said. This was said when I was a kid about the NFL. And I remember growing up, and whether I don't care if it's Steve McNair, if it's Warren Moon, if it's Michael Vick, if it's Frankie, Randall Cunningham, no matter. All I ever fucking heard as a kid was Joe Montana John Elway, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly. Who was the best? And then, Steve Young and Troy Aikman. But everything, Eric Hippo, Dan Fouts. It was always like, damn, like the black quarterbacks wasn't even there. Black guys are not good at shooting three-point. See, all of these stereotypes, right? So whether it's white men can't jump, whether it's black people not good at hockey, it was always something that was predominantly white people, wasn't known to have a lot of black people involved, or if black people was a part of it and it was predominantly black people, once other people, other races or ethnicities was involved, somehow there was other things that within that genre blacks wasn't good at it. So it's always that same thing. Why aren't blacks good quarterbacks? They run too much. They scramble too much. They don't stay in the pocket like the white quarterback. This was what was said. And this is around that same time when Howard Cosell got himself in trouble when Art Monk, wide receiver for the Washington Redskins or whatever was running. Look at that monkey go. That's what he said. Look at that monkey go. Yet y'all act like this shit is new. Y'all talking about Triple H coming out with the black face. Yeah. And I'm saying y'all make it seem like, you know how long ago that was? So this is my point. This has always been there. When Rowdy Piper took that fucking coconut and hit Jimmy Snuka. Randy Orton telling Shelton Benjamin, give you people an inch, you people want to take a mile, right? Always. Had Zeb Coulter coming out with Jack Swagger, we the people. Yeah, see, they always like to play the race shit. Whose idea you think it was to have the Iron Sheik or Nikolai Volkov or whoever come out? You stupid Americans. Whose idea do you think that was? Okay. Have you ever seen a black wrestler symbolize America? Have you ever seen a black wrestler? They put the red, white, and blue on him, and he's a winner. Huh? Have you ever seen that? And when somebody open their stupid mouth and say, well, Roman Reigns ain't white and he's also not a black American, you dumb fucks, which is exactly why. Like what I told you before. Isn't it funny how they take the fucking Usos and all that, all guys, no break, rah, rah, and all that bullshit. And this one with the they try to take what they depict as black people. See, they try to attract people however they can. My thing is the ignorance. It turns me off. The stereotypes turn me off. An example of something, right? I was watching Brian Keith. Brian Keith doesn't have a typical street persona. Nobody's saying this, but he's like a black cowboy. I don't know what he is in real life, but his on-screen character is like a black cowboy. Okay, he put the bounty. He was the one that took the bounty on Adam Hangman Page's head that Samoa Joe hired to go after, Adam Hangman Page. Listen to this, y'all. Okay, on last night's Collision. When I say The Rock does not embody black people, let me tell you something. He doesn't, and I explained that. We don't walk around singing Elvis Presley songs, Barry Manilow and Frank Sinatra songs. No, we really don't. We really don't. We don't speak the way The Rock speaks. The Rock's character is to attract whoever. And when people look at The Rock, they truly don't see a black man. It's just The Rock. If you ask somebody who embodies a black wrestler, right? You ask somebody that same question and you had a picture, and let's say The Rock and Booker T and whoever, they will automatically say Booker T. Look, man, where I'm from, Those are fighting words. You should kill, don't be killed. You understand what I'm saying, dog? Yo, now kill you, digging, sucker. No, see, that's what they would say. When I say embodied black people, I'm not necessarily talking about Booker T either. I'm talking about a black man, a black woman that speaks as a black man and a black woman that talk about topics and things that black people can relate to. Do you understand that? That has nothing to do with your slang bullshit Igbo. Like, so in other words, to be black, you can't speak English without having to have your fucking video subtitled because nobody know what the fuck you know. That's what I'm saying with this bullshit. The Rock doesn't embody black people, not because he speaks with what you consider proper. No, that doesn't mean shit. The Rock's actions, the shit he does on screen, the music he listens, all that shit, no. Now, his on-screen character. In real life, I don't know what the motherfucker's like. But like I gave my breakdown about his movies, everything, okay? And somebody the other day just said the same shit. I watched all 36 Rock movies and said, you absolutely right. That motherfucker, he don't have black women as his woman in the movie. He don't have black kids in the movie. He always have a white, like a white half brother or something. I'm not stupid. We're not saying it's to say it. I'm saying that's his career choice. I give a fuck what he does. But he doesn't embody black people. The type of movies he did, all of that shit. That's my whole thing. No, he doesn't. And we're diverse people. Yeah. So if you talk some whatever, but you teach your kids. Like example. When you ever see an interview, two guys are talking. So what happened with that situation, man? When you got out, did you see him right away or did you, nah? So what happened? Like, so a man, Alifi Chi Ala Abu, he called me like, yo, where you at? Yo, I'm up in the spot. So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, I just got in. Well, what's up? He like, yo, I'm about to come get you, whatever, boom, boom. So all right, dang, boom, he come through, right? So yo, like, shorty, my shorty called me like, yo, I gotta talk to you. So I'm like, yo, what's up? She like, yo, it's some real shit. So I'm like, all right, boom, boom, come through. Yo, give me like an hour, right? So when my man's come through right now, and you just like, just monologuing for nothing. Boom, boom, now shine, whatever, boom, boom. That does not embody black people. That embodies niggas. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So when I see Javon Evans, excuse me, a 22-year-old man walking out with the number 6'7" on his shirt, and every day you see little kids walking around, 6'7". Do you understand? I never liked Eddie Guerrero's theme song. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Because I understood the stereotype. And if I walked up to a Latino right now and said, yo, y'all a bunch of lying, stealing thieves, they get offended. And I'm like, so why you don't get offended when Eddie Guerrero bullshit song comes on? Because that's what he's telling you that we do. Well, what? Do you understand what I'm saying? I get so sick of that bullshit. These stereotypes are not necessary. So when you look around AEW, right? Do you see anybody coming out with that nigger talk? No, you don't. And that's what I'm telling you. The stereotypes is to attract people that they think talk like that, look like that, act like that. So when Javon Evans is going, yo, dog, you know what I'm saying? I see you. Yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we gonna go, we gonna team up, though. I'm gonna holler at you, though. We gonna make it happen. We gonna have that match. Yo, when you know what it is, baby, you already know. And it's just like, who the fuck is this for? Who? But they're playing a character. It's the stereo fucking types. That's what I'm telling you. Do you think this is a bunch of black people in here going, hey, just go in front of the camera and act like a bunch of niggas? Or do you, whose idea is this? You know whose idea it is. And you want to know something? This is like back in the day. I've heard people like Esther Rose, Clinton Davis, different actors and actresses say one of the biggest problems that they had back in the day when they was doing these sitcoms was it was always a white producer, somebody non-black, trying to tell black people how the fuck to be black. And that's exactly what I'm saying. This is why I've cursed several people out that wasn't, non-black people. And yeah, had to pimp slap a couple of motherfuckers. Because when you walk up to somebody black and go, "Yo, what's going on, bro? What's up, my man?" Who the fuck is doing all of that? This is how I see you guys. So when I speak to you, I'm trying to greet you the way I see you greet each other. On what the fuck was you watching? Superfly? The Mac or some shit? Who the fuck? Who you? You understand what I'm saying? That's an insult. Now, example, if you white and somebody non-white walked up to you and went, "Hey, dude, I'm trying to find a fucking store so I can get some grub, man. I'm fucking starved." Are you trying to eat right now? Fucking A. You'd feel like, why is this dude making fun of me? Because you know damn well that's not how he really talks, right? So this is exactly the point that I'm saying to you guys. The stereotypes and the gimmicks are thrown at you, and the stereotypes and the gimmicks are what's used, which is why the only fucking overgrown man-child in all of wrestling right now that you first person pop up in mind is R-Truth, because here's a 50-something-year-old black guy who walks around being a goof. And all of y'all went fighting for him. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Yeah, and you know what R-Truth did? He indirectly told you were all wrong for agreeing with him. Because like he said, why do you think he addressed the R-Truth situation versus him, the Ron Killings? Like him saying, I'm doing things my way now. Isn't that what he said? My way. Coming out acting all angry, right? And what happened? He had that little talk with Big Sniff, and he let them know, listen, man, I get what happened and this, that, or whatever the fuck, or however they said. They might just be like, look, nigga, you lucky we hide your black ass back. You gonna do what the fuck we tell. Who knows how it went? Because this motherfucker went on X and typed in this whole article, this whole little paragraph talking about how Ron Killings was his idea. But it's R-Truth that got him to where he is. And the only reason he brought Ron Killings back was to wake up John Cena. So your fucking incredible losing streak continues, and you're worthless in the ring. You're nothing but a clown. Backstage segments, you're nothing but a clown. You're more concerned about John Cena than your own fucking career. So you tap into Ron Killings to wake up John Cena. But you won't tap into Ron Killings so you can start winning some matches and finally at some point become world champ or something. Nope. They already know they're not giving you that shit, and you know they're not going to give it to you. You understand what I'm saying? So no. You know why they will never put black people in that same position as a Stone Cold or Undertaker, whoever? You know why? I'm going to tell you why it won't happen. One, because America's racist as fuck. Two, globally, there's a lot of racist people that don't want to see black people in that position and don't think they're supposed to be. Three, the second, white America and everybody else starts watching Raw and SmackDown and they start seeing nothing but black champions, they're going to start really tuning out. You think the ratings are down now? Yeah, think I'm bullshitting? They will never put them in those positions. Now, I don't give a fuck about no top 10 and no greatest of all time list because it's all subjective and I don't have no top 10. Fuck all that shit. That's corny ass shit. But I'm saying, since you motherfuckers do and all these other people, you think that all these racist motherfuckers gonna sit up covering a fucking show that has nothing but black champions? And I'm talking black champion after black champion. How many fucking times was Sting world champion altogether? Like 14 times or something, 14, 15 times, whatever. That now you talking about, now if you add the US championship and tag and all, it's more than that. Jeff Jarrett, 80 fucking time champion. Ric Flair. Now, let's just go with all that. Charlotte Flair, John Cena, right? Now let's go with all of that. The closest you got to that is Booker T. And there's way more people that they put way high, rank higher than Booker T. So how many black champions have we seen that have been 15 times, 12 times, 10? What? Well, The Rock is the closest, then Booker T. But I'm saying, my point, The Rock walked away. So if he didn't retire, he more likely would have had more championship reigns within that time. But do you understand what I'm saying? Is how many fucking black champions can you say multiple time champion with all these different belts and all-time greats in the top 10, top 50? Most people don't even have any black wrestlers in their top 50. When you guys are sitting here complaining about how racist the WWE is, but you're tuning in, that's like you standing outside of a fucking restaurant that has a whites only sign up on it, and you're looking at, but why can't I come in? I promise I'll be a good nigga. I won't steal nothing. I won't do nothing. I obey everything you say. I even eat in the bathroom if you want to. Sir, I just want to come in. Why are you begging to go in so bad? Go across the street, go down the street. Why do you have to go in there? Everything that you guys are pointing out, all right, the corruption, the lies, the deceit, the racism, all of these, the favoritism, but you keep watching. And the fact that you keep saying the shit that you're saying, I'm going to show you stupidity on your own side. I've already showed you, just by that alone. A company that has inclusion, right, and the wrestlers are being treated fair, and the wrestlers themselves, right, think about it. The wrestlers themselves are speaking highly of the company. Now, a guy like Powerhouse Hobbs leaving, if he goes to WWE, that's his choice. But what's going to happen so different for Powerhouse Hobbs? What is he going to walk in there and become NXT champion and fill in Oba Femi's spot? Typical. Then what? Just to say I was NXT champion. Okay, then what? What, 2 years from now, you finally make it to the main roster or some shit, and then what? You see, there's nothing guaranteed. Anybody can go to any company and not have a good run. But I would rather be in a situation where my run, and Powerhouse, I don't see him having no bad run, to be honest with you. In terms of singles champions and being the world, whatever, look, Mariah May got that and she still walked. So I don't know what it was, and I don't care. I'm not trying to dig into this man's mind. But even if he went over there, what is this to prove, huh? See, we're not racist. We just took this this black guy from AEW. When you talk about tag teams, don't you hear Road Warriors? Who's the top 10? Road Warriors. Steiner Brothers, right? British Bulldogs, Heart Foundation, Killer Bees, right? The Horsemen. Huh? Don't you hear all of that? You know who they always leave out? Doom, Harlem Heat. Oh yeah, they leave them out. They'll find teams better that they feel is better. They always leave them out. Booker T said something one time. There was a clip. I guess they was advertising that show Evolve where he was arguing with Bully Ray. And Bully Ray says, bottom line, Dudley, Team 3D, hands down, greatest tag team of all times, right? And they're talking he's naming all the championships they won in every one of these companies. And when he said ECW, Booker T goes, man, that's regional. That don't even count. That's regional. In fact, he didn't even say it to his face. He said that shit when he was being interviewed singly. But he said, that's regional. You can't even count that. So what the fuck is reality of wrestling? Your little show. Your little bullshit regional show. What is that? Because your little show don't get the type of traction or attention that ECW had got. But that's what came out of his mouth. So you see, and he's always one using the term Bush Leagues. See, this is exactly my point. I respect when people just have respect for something because they understand that there's a lot of people that can be affected in great ways. And to weed out the idiots and see things for what it is. Because if any of you right now got a son or daughter that plays sports, just say your son played basketball or football. He's not in college, or he's in college playing ball, but he's not in the NFL. What if your son get drafted to the CFL or something, right? Or some other football league that's not the NFL? Would you sit here and say one day, like say you going to watch your son play, and somebody say, where you going? Oh, I'm going to my son's football game. Who you play for? Oh, it's a league. It's a bush league. Would you say that? It's bullshit, but hey, he's wasting his time and his life there. But would you say that? Or how would you feel if that person said, oh, he's in some bush league shit, just a waste of time, wasting his life. Oh, okay, in his future, and you're going to support him on that bullshit? Yeah, you feel some type of way, wouldn't you? Or what if your son made it to the NFL but then got cut? Or what if he made it to the NFL but had a horrific injury, he had to end his career short? I mean, just say, what if? What if? Because y'all make it seem like when these people make these comments, like it goes over y'all heads. Y'all don't see. I'm telling you, these people think they're better than you. You are a servant. You are a peasant. You come support us. We're not watching you. You're watching us. You are not in position to demand shit. You just listen to us, you watch us, and you accept the shit that we give y'all. And y'all sit here and act like racism and coonery and buck dancing is new. This shit has been going on. Didn't you hear Tony Atlas sit there with his fucking false teeth? Hulk Hogan don't have a racist bone in his body. Yeah? He don't, huh? Same guy that said his biggest fear is dying and coming back reincarnated as a nigger. Yeah, had a problem with his daughter dating the nigger, man. I think he's dating the black guy, fucking niggers, man. Yeah, everything that he said and did. Oh, he was just going through something. Ask Tony Atlas if he ever got mad and just started wilding out, calling white people crackers and rednecks and pale pink skinned motherfuckers. And yeah, ask him if he, and I bet you he'll say nah. I guarantee he'll tell you he don't talk like that. Or I might have got mad in my head, might have thought some bad things about a person, but I never was the type of, yeah, right, I know, but make excuses for a racist. All right, that's what coons do. You remember they brought this motherfucker back and he was sitting there in Mark Henry's corner, a big ass clown. All he did was sit there and did this stupid fake ass laugh, and nothing was even funny. Nobody even reacted to it. And he came back and all he did was made a fucking ass out of him. And bottom line, if somebody goes, hey, listen, he was in need of money, man. Vince and them ain't need him. They helped him, right? And you couldn't give him something more respectable than that. Hey, yo, Aries, man, I don't know how to ask you for this, but I'm suffering. I got nothing, man. I'm about to lose everything, and you're the only person I got. If I don't get this money, I'm gonna lose everything. What you need? I need 10 grand, man. You gonna take? All right, cool. Come here. You gonna watch your wife suck me off? I'm gonna yak all over her face. Then Why do I gotta do that? Huh? If I want to put some little stipulation or something, why I gotta be that? Huh? Why I gotta give you something degrading? Why I gotta, do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what they came up with. Him just sitting there laughing at nothing. Mark Henry wasn't even saying nothing funny. Nothing funny was going on. He said that this retarded Ricky Ricardo sounding laughs just sitting up there. Y'all remember that dumb shit? What the fuck was the purpose of that? This is what I'm telling you guys right now, man. Even Teddy Long told a story how it wasn't his idea. And I know it wasn't his fucking idea. When he used to be like, that is one crazy cracker. That was Vince McMahon's way of trying to silence people talking about racism when he stood there. Yeah, my nigga to John Cena. So now, it's just out of fun. And I said it to a white guy. I didn't say, Yeah, in front of a black guy on top of that. And even when he said that, why wasn't John Cena's character offended by it? So now let's have a black guy come out and full blown, that's one crazy cracker. Teddy Long said, I didn't want to do that shit, man. He flat out said he didn't want to do it. And they just insisted, like, man, look, just do it. We know you don't mean it, but, and nah. No, man. Let me tell y'all something. Will Smith told us all a story one time when he was on an Oprah Winfrey show being interviewed. And I just say us because we was watching, listening to this shit, right? I don't watch Oprah's show. I never did really watch her show. When I was a kid, I remember her show was more serious, and it was a couple of times, well, because of who's in the house watching the TV, you watching whatever's on, motherfucker, right? But Will Smith told a story. And this was when he won the award for playing Muhammad Ali. And Oprah Winfrey said to Will Smith, she said, you played Muhammad Ali better than Muhammad Ali. Like, how do you, like, get in that frame of mind that when the cameras are on, how are you able to just walk, talk, like, just do everything like Muhammad Ali? I'm watching it and I'm really thinking I'm watching Muhammad Ali, all that bullshit, right? You know what Will Smith said? Will Smith said, when I play a character, I am not playing that character. I am that character. Every day of my life, I walk, talk, do everything that character did. I even find out what they eat, what they would, all that, which I think is a bit much, but all of that, this is what he said. So I am that character. I'm not acting. I am that character. And then I thought, in his first movie, didn't he play a homosexual that got bent over? Yeah. Yeah. Same energy. What y'all gonna say? Oh, but that's different. Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell y'all some shit, man. I mean, I done seen Wesley Snipes play a drag queen. I done seen Ving Rhames play a fucking transgender, whatever the fuck. I don't even know he's supposed to be transgender. Just the damn dude walk around a processed hair that was liking men. I done seen so much shit happen. And coming from people that say they wouldn't play certain roles, or a man that's telling you, I am the character. So I cannot picture myself standing here, bending over, reaching back, letting some dude put his shit all on my ass and not. No, bro. Shit ain't for me. I don't give a fuck how many millions of dollars you. I just no, fuck no. Which is one of the reasons why I walked away from a lot of shit, showbiz wise and music wise, because I wound up in jail. Because even you suggesting that I do certain shit is not gonna go right. But I just thought about it. I am that character. That was his words, not mine. I'm not playing that character. I am that character. You know when you fuck a woman and her eyes roll back, she bite her bottom lip and she's making all these crazy sounds and you back there knowing she's just loving it, right? Now you just imagine this man is sitting up here imitating that. Like he's just loving. I'm just saying. And I've heard so many actors and actresses say that after I heard Will say that. Which means, even though you play a certain role, and you may not be that, you're just playing a role, there's a lot of actors and actresses that's going to turn these roles down. Sherman Hemsley, the guy that played George Jefferson, said he hated when they would tell him to call the guy that played Tyrone Honky, right? Like that's not who I am. And he was a homosexual in real life too. Yeah, but on TV, Weezy was like, man, a little cool walk used to do, as gay as can be. But bottom line, he said he hated that shit. But that was what they wanted, right? What's done is done. But it just makes you think when you look at why they always try to put humor in something, right? That's detrimental to somebody else. That hurts people. That has, things that really, like, I remember, well, something that really bothers people, that really tears a person down, and we're going to take it and try to make humor out of it. And even stupid ass comedians, you gotta learn how to laugh at this shit. It ain't that serious, man. Yes, it the fuck is. I guarantee you, if somebody walked up to your daughter and said, "Hey, I want to stick my tongue all up in your ass," hey, calm down, comedian. It's just jokes. Stop being so serious. Nah, you wouldn't like that, would you? But they always want to try to make something like we gotta just learn to laugh at everything. Nah, everything is not laughing. My mom passed, and I miss my mom every day. Every day. And I'm never going to get to the point. I know she's gone and she's not coming back. I know that. But I'm saying it's never going to be a time when I don't miss her. You understand what I'm saying? Unless something happened to me and I get Alzheimer's or some shit and don't remember who the fuck she is or something. But other than that, I will always miss my mom. You think somebody walk up to me and somebody, hey, let's just say I'm sitting here mid-thought and somebody go, "Hey, what's the matter?" And I just think about my mom, man. You think of somebody, well, she dead in the door now, motherfucker, you might as well forget about her. I guarantee you I beat that motherfucker ass. I guarantee you ain't no joking about that, man. That shit, there ain't no joking about that. That's my mom. So fuck you if you think I'm supposed to laugh because somebody decide, oh, they want to make jokes, but it's just jokes. Yeah, I'll beat your ass and say, now laugh at that. That whole ass whooping was just a joke. Laugh at that shit. Pick your fucking teeth up. Everything is not a joke. What people say and what they do, y'all don't listen. And isn't it funny? Because even after Will Smith said that, and you see all the rumors and shit that was said about them being swingers and all, look at what his little bald-headed wife did. Went out and fucked a fucking a dude, her son's best friend. I wanted to help him. And he was going, yeah, you want to help yourself. See, people are full of shit. And this bitch did exactly what I said she was going to do. And everybody else said it too. Was like, damn, Aries, you was right again. I told you all of the time that they ask her about Tupac. This bitch breaks into tears. I'm going somewhere with this. Now, you picture yourself as a man. This is your woman. Every time they bring up Tupac, we had the kind of love that only happens once in a lifetime, right? I said, wait a minute. She's not even saying this about her own husband. This bitch is talking about Tupac. Everybody, like, because it's Tupac, we all will be boo. Man, fuck that. He's a human being, just like anybody else. You said you and Pac had the kind of love that only happens once in a lifetime, but you told the world you and Pac were never intimate, you were just friends, but you were so close. I've never heard her talk about her own blood relatives and cry about somebody that died like that. Well, every time they mention Pac, this bitch is in tears. And y'all don't think that she was doing this shit to purposely piss off Will? And Will, all fucked up in the head, laughed at the joke that Chris Rock said about her, looked at her face and seen that it bothered her, then went up and decided to smack Chris Rock in the fucking face. Okay. And what did she do when he smacked Chris Rock? And then, remember, a couple of weeks after that smack, this bitch said some shit about, she kind of feel like Will did overstep his bounds, right? Oh, right? Remember that video? He's standing there washing dishes and she was just recording him and he was, could you please, if you want to record, could you ask me first? And she just disrespected, see, all of that bullshit she was doing, right? And she sat there at that little fucking interview with her own husband, not to apologize. First of all, why the rest of the world got to know about what happened? She wanted to make herself the victim and try to justify what she did wrong. That was her whole purpose. And try to make it known that it was Will's fault that she became a hoe. That's all that shit was. Now you look at all of that shit, right? Here's a man playing a role of being fucked up the ass, playing a homosexual. Then we hear the rumors, the swinging shit, and this bitch sitting up here fucking her son's friend. Her son had the nerve to make a comment in reference to Chris Rock, like he better watch himself, and he's a little homosexual himself. And then two, he turns around and has nothing to say about his friend that was fucking his mom. Y'all don't see how backwards that shit is. But all of this shit that was said, I said when this bitch, we found out she was writing a book, and this motherfucker is like, it's some really deep stuff, especially like with Tupac. And I said, I bet you this bitch gonna say Tupac either fucked her or tried to. She gonna finally admit that they actually had sex, or Pac wanted to, or some shit, or probably something like that. And what did she do? She said Tupac proposed to her when he was in the hospital when she went to go see him. Now, fellas, let's imagine you walk in the house and your wife is on the phone with one of her friends, talking about her old boyfriend. Oh my, yeah, if I wasn't married to whoever the fuck you are, whatever your names are, and you watching this, oh my God, if I wasn't married to him. Well, you know what? That's why I don't know, because if I see him, I might just cheat. Because the love that we had, you only get once in a lifetime. Yeah. Your woman is sitting up, gloating and talking about another man. You'd be okay with that, huh? Well, this generation pussy as fuck, so some of y'all just might. But this is what I'm telling you guys, man. And it's so predictable. Like, yeah, you watch that, and that's what she did. Now, all of a sudden, Tupac tried to talk. Y'all got to pay attention to what people say. Y'all that seem to think that y'all cracked the Da Vinci Code on knowledge and life and history, man, this shit's been going on way before your little young asses. It's been going on way before me. But you see, the difference is we come from a generation, we paid attention to shit. We read on things, we understood. And we went farther than the fucking school curriculum because we know they give you bullshit in there. And things that your black parents was brainwashed to not believe due to their fucking religious beliefs and all that, and get mad at you and say, don't read nothing but the Bible. All that other stuff is nothing but the devil. That's why you gotta pray for God, for guidance, and for understanding. And what the fuck did your parents really know? Let's just be real. All they did was went to church, went to work. The day off, they out there digging fucking holes in the ground like they in some fucking prison chain gang. Fucking putting guard. And then we grew up in the damn up north, putting the garden out. That shit gonna be dead, man. And we ain't even gonna get to fucking enjoy the dead garden. By the time the weather start getting nice, it's cold again. By the time the shit get ripe, way in the water, like, yeah. And your parents taught you be obedient, shut your mouth up, do what that white man tell you, mind your bit, right? That's what they taught you. Put God first and always pray to keep your mouth shut. That's what they taught you. That's how they programmed you. Right? And then you little motherfuckers come up later and y'all think y'all educating people that's been there way before you, that's seen this shit, been through it, understand it. And y'all think that because you sitting up here watching highlight videos or some little bullshit 5-minute video explaining some, not to mention explaining some so-called history, but actual bullshit. Because I've seen several videos where false information was given, and I called them out on it and showed proof, and then it's no, you're just wrong, motherfucker. That's all. If you're gonna support a racist company, man, let me tell you something. You guys are fans. I'm not. I just appreciate and enjoy shit. That's it. But I'm not a fan. But if I was in your shoes, if I was one of them motherfuckers and I'm feeling that, I can't let myself feel this kind of way about none of this shit. But I would be in so much support of AEW and any other company for that matter to press and push for a wrestling product that gives a fuck about its people. Because for you to sit up here, okay, and admit Triple H is now trying to stack all these black people up to try to make it look like he's not racist. Because if he wasn't racist, he would have just continued to do the same shit he was doing and let these people just talk, right? But you're still watching him. You're still talking about him. Okay? And you're still supporting the product. So how are you, what are you fixing? And as long as he's in the fucking saddle, what you think gonna happen? Your words is gonna make him not be prejudiced all of a sudden? So all this shit that y'all posting, the blackface, and we seen all that shit. We called them out on it before there was a fucking YouTube. We knew about this shit already. We knew about all of this shit. We've seen little racist backstage segments with him and The Rock and Booker T. We've seen all of that shit. Booker T running around getting his ass whooped all over a fucking supermarket. I was about to say, you wouldn't see Stone Cold doing that. Oh, but you know what you saw Stone Cold doing? He was the one whooping his ass in that supermarket, now wasn't he? Yeah, even had LL Cool J on the episode of Raw. Talking about he was looking for somebody, you don't? You looking for somebody in your next video, man? Or whatever I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it was. And what did LL tell him? Something, I'm not looking for somebody that's been getting their ass whooped all over a supermarket, right? Tell me you did not just say that. Yeah, let's make a clown out of Booker T further. This is exactly what we've already known. Why the fuck is it that y'all don't understand? Actions speak louder than words. For all of you black people, okay? You calling yourself black people, not niggas, right? For all of you black people that have a problem with Triple H and his racist bullshit, Shawn Michaels or anybody else for that matter, note to yourselves, Mick Foley, a white man, said, fuck the WWE. I love my co-workers and I love my time here. But as long as the WWE is affiliated with Donald Trump, I cannot work with this company. And I have no idea why my co-workers are still here supporting this guy. A white man walked away from this white man sport, as they said it, right? But your black asses is still here crying like some bitches because Triple H is everything that you keep telling us he is. A big-nosed racist. But somehow the white man can walk away from it. But your silly goose black ass can't. Shawn Michaels. This is the same dude that posed for fucking Playgirl magazine. Told Mandy Rose she had to either take her shit down or she had to go, and find somewhere else to work. She said, fuck you. You're the guy that was shaking your ass and was a part of DX of all groups, and you were fucking posing in Playgirl. You're going to tell me I got to take down my OnlyFans? I'm not taking down shit. She chose OnlyFans over WWE and walked. And what's the excuse y'all made for Booker T? He might not have had nowhere to work up there. Yeah, I know. That's always black people's problem. That's always niggas' problems. Y'all always, but what if this and what if that and what if? Mandy Rose said, fuck y'all. She walked. Ain't been back in the wrestling ring since. Y'all will do anything though, huh? Anything. Long as it pays, y'all do anything. That's my whole point. When it comes to black people, we all in the same struggles, but as soon as somebody throw this little nigga some money so he can shut the fuck up. Soulja Boy told y'all, Kamala Harris ain't never put no money in my hand, nigga. Barack Obama ain't never put no money in my hand, nigga. So I go out there and perform for Trump regardless. I don't care how much he hate us. I don't care what he's doing. Long as I get some money, I'm Rick Ross. But y'all was so hurt and shocked by Snoop Dogg, huh? And it's the same motherfucker. Same Snoop Dogg. Ain't none of you niggas gonna perform for him? Which one of you which one of you jigaboo ass niggas gonna perform? I can't wait. I'm gonna roast one of you niggas. Remember all that? I'll be the one to perform for him, sir. Remember that shit? And then Snoop went and performed for him. And then got mad at you motherfuckers for calling him out. And did exactly what I told y'all 2 years ago. All these motherfuckers want to tell y'all, you know me, y'all know how I get down. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been rocking me from day one, yo, so y'all know me. But as soon as they do some fucked up foul shit and you call them out on it, nigga, y'all don't know me. Focus on your own life. You know what I'm saying? What about you? You don't know me. Oh, now they don't know you. No, you don't know these motherfuckers. That's the whole problem with you motherfuckers is y'all think y'all know everything. And y'all make these fucking videos ranting. Who the fuck is making your goofy ass sit down and watch this shit every week? And then y'all kill me with the, I don't even watch the show. I don't even watch a full episode. Then what the fuck are you talking about? You don't watch a full episode, but you can give a full breakdown of anything that happened, but you don't watch it. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how incredibly stupid that shit sounds? But you can't find enjoyment in anything else. So somehow you're all slaves, but y'all don't realize it. So if you're trying to wake people up by exposing the product, you fail to do that if you're trying to expose the product, but then your ass is sitting ringside watching John Cena's retirement. Your ass is sitting ringside or having watch-alongs. You're that fucking invested in some shit? I'm going to sit here and tell you these niggas a bunch of racist ass motherfuckers. But I'm sitting here having a watch along. What the fuck is your message? You know, I listen to Shelton Benjamin. I listen to Bobby Lashley talk. Kevin Knight. Ricochet. All the black wrestlers, right? And I said, I don't know if this is by choice, by design, but I'm glad that nobody is standing in front of a fucking camera with black skin. Yo, you know what I'm saying? She man up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we here to wreck chop tonight. We coming for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it back in the hood, baby. You know, the most ignorant talking motherfucker they got in the whole roster is Mark Briscoe. And you wanna know the funny thing about it? There's no stereotype on Mark Briscoe. It's just Mark Briscoe. But I get so sick of that stereotype being thrown on black people that we can't speak a fucking sentence without, you feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, no, you feel me? I get so sick of that shit, man. When we're from different places, you're going to sound different. If you're from Georgia, your accent don't sound like a Carolina accent. You from Carolina, your accent don't sound like an Alabama accent. You come from up north, where everybody has a different, but I'm saying, nah, it ain't about the most, I ain't talking about you have to speak like a fucking nerd or something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like every fucking black wrestler that I see, male or female, they would give them some little chip on their shoulder bullshit, street nigga fucking type of character. That's exactly what turns me the fuck off. And I just don't like when I see that shit. At some point in your life, you try to better yourself too. You understand what I'm saying? The stereotypes are there because racism is there. People judge you. And as I said, when pro wrestling comes to a time where people are talking about black wrestlers just as much or more than they do Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Harley Race, Terry Funk, Nick Bockwinkel, all the motherfucking people, that's when we will know. We will see it and know. Yeah, black people are here to stay, and they're getting their just due. But it won't be from WWE. Therefore, the overall perspective of how you see it, No, that's a fantasy. And I don't see WWE trying to work with no fucking black talent the way they fucking try to work with any non-black wrestler. Mexico is a whole country. So when you acquire a Mexican company, a Japanese company, anything, right? That means the people from that country are going to be the majority of who's wrestling in that company, right? So do we as black Americans have a country outside of the U.S. where it's just black Americans? No. So even to use the term inclusion is fucked up that we all Americans, but we have to be fucking included in something like we're not all the same, right? Okay. But I'm telling you right now, I'm promising you. Yeah, I'm using the P word. I'm promising you. If WWE tries to put its focus on majority black wrestlers and push them to that point, like a Stone Cold or any of that, a Triple H or Shawn Michaels, you will see a bigger decrease in their ratings. I promise you that shit. Because as much as you don't want to admit it as a dumb nigga, and as much as these racist motherfucking, not white people, but crackers want to sit up here and deny it, America don't want to see a screen full of black people flopping all over the ring. And this white man sport, ain't that what he said, Jim Ross said to him? Yeah. And Bruce Pritchard said to him, okay, they don't want to see that shit. They do not want to see that. And they will tune out. Simple. This motherfucker that played Bo Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard. When it was announced that Beyonce was making a country album, right? He was being introduced. Interviewed on some broadcast. I don't know if it was, remember if it was where, out there where they from or what, I don't know, whatever. But they were talking about country music shit, right? And the fucking unprofessional bitch that was sitting there goes, did you hear about this? Beyonce is making a country music album, and the Bo Duke guy shaking his head, and he goes, it's kind of like a dog. It just has to mark its territory. This motherfucker said he made a reference to Beyonce. To Beyonce is like being like a dog. Then she ends up having the #1 country music album, and all I saw in comment sections was nothing but hate and racial slurs towards Beyonce. Yeah, we know why that is. Oh, girl, stick to R&B. You ain't no country singer. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. Bitch, do you fucking know that Ray Charles and different people was doing fucking country music before any of you motherfuckers? Are you stupid? Do you realize country music was not invented? Facts. Actual facts. Was not invented by white Americans. Do you know that shit? Oh, yeah. But all this hate and racism towards this black woman just because she's making country music. And you hear this racist, yee-haw, orange car driving motherfucker gonna sit up here and make that comment. It's like a dog marking its territory. They just have to take over everything. That's what that racist piece of shit motherfucker said. And when I was a kid, my dad used to sit on the edge of his seat laughing his ass off at Boss Hogg and Roscoe and right? And I noticed as I sit there and looked at, damn, there's barely ever any black people on this show. It's like Three's Company. We sit there and crack up laughing at Jack and all that. Hardly no black people. Where? All crowd scene shit. Where the black, right? Never no black people. And this is what I'm saying. How you grow up and find out that the motherfuckers who you was sitting there and buying the DVDs when you got old, oh, I remember I grew up on this, and these motherfucking racist pieces of shit. You know what I find funny? Even in that show, how people would say, this is good, clean fun. It's how, yo, Daisy and Bo kissed on one of them shows, and they used to flirt with each other, and they were cousins. That's clean? Is that how you motherfuckers live? Y'all be out here fucking y'all cousins and shit and all that? Daisy got dressed up to go on a date and Bo got jealous. This is your cousin, motherfucker. Good, clean, wholesome. Yeah. They used to put them words in there. You idiots just eat it right up. I was watching this show. There's a movie from the 1940 or 41 called The Nigger Family. Oh, yeah. Hey, nigger, this and this and this and this and this and this and this, right? And one motherfucker said, yeah, I don't have a problem with niggers. I don't want them living with me, though. I don't want them in my house. But sometimes, hey, you know, you got to rely on them to do something. Well, I think the nigger's Bell's better. He's a good boy. He'll stay in his place. And I'm just sitting here, nigger, 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 nigger. You know what I never heard? I never heard nobody say, I don't respect those movies. And watching those movies show you how we always were depicted. But when you hear that word in the movie, my only issue is the fact that black people take it and use it towards each other and act like it's a fucking badge of honor to be called a nigger, right? And I don't give a fuck if you say nigger or nigga. Okay, diarrhea is soupy. And shit is also solid, right? But it's still shit regardless. So don't try to make one any better than the other. And bottom line, I sat there and I'm like, yeah. Me and my son was sitting there and he's like, Pop, so this shit has been going on. I said, yeah, it's what I'm telling you. This movie's from 1941. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, freely open. Hey, nigger, come here, nigger. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yes. So where's the complaints about that? Y'all do reaction videos and, oh, my God, nigga, they keep saying the word right. But when white people are saying it in these movies, and you know what people are putting in the comment section? See, these were good home family movies that you can sit down and enjoy. Who? With who? With who? And I have yet to see a movie where white people are at disadvantage of just being called crackers and rednecks and all that. And I don't think nobody in their right mind would like to see a movie where disrespect is being seen as a good thing. Slavery and all that, owning people, that's seen as a good thing. So all the idiots coming in the comment sections, how this is good, clean fun, that you can say good, clean fun. No. See, the mindset of these people, they were sitting here writing this shit with the intentions of we're in power. We can say what we want. Not one time do you hear a racial slur being thrown at the fucking people, calling people niggers. Who in the movie were the white people calling the black people niggers? Boy told this one chick she like a fucking coon in the face. Yeah, but where? So that's why I said, you know, if you sat down and you started watching these movies, you see what happened, black people, is that we got all these niggers. And people don't know who's who anymore. They don't know who's who anymore. This is why racist people get so bold that they can make videos and say what they want and think they can go where they want and nothing happen. Well, they know where not to go. Put it like that. They definitely know where not to go. But bottom line, they know that as soon as something happened and the cops come, the cops on their side, right? So they think you're supposed to be scared or intimidated. And these guys, they make these prank videos, getting grabbed by the collar and all that shit. And I mean, these little goofballs, this is what they see. So when they look around, if I'm sitting here telling you, when I'm looking at Javon Evans and different wrestlers, I don't see men. I see a bunch of little boys walking around, trying to be something that they're not, right? And trying to be accepted in a certain way. Where if I see it that way, there's a lot of other people that see that too. You know who don't see it? The little kids. And I don't give a fuck if you're 50. If you don't see it, it's because you're still a kid. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. And just like when Stokes said that shit about, I long for the day, like he said, I might get in trouble for saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I long for the day that wrestling grown-ass men look like grown men. And I've been saying this shit forever. They don't carry themselves like grown men. None of that shit. So with all of those silly shit, this is what I say. You need a balance. You need different characteristics and personalities. Yes. Okay? But I'm saying overall, a character being played versus a stereotypical character being played, you'll see the difference when you fucking really just pay attention. And that's what I'm saying. Like the Rascals doing this shit and you know, being little jokesters and shit. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when somebody think, I want to talk like that person to fit in with them. He looks like the type of person that'll talk about whatever. Why you say that? Because he's black. So motherfucker walk up, yo Holmes, yo homie, yo bruh. And y'all still don't get it, huh? See, because a black person will either curse you out or slap the shit out you. You know what a nigga do? Yo, he cool as hell, yo. Yo, he like a real nigga, yo. Well, he like a nigga. That's exactly what a stupid nigga would do. And this is why when I hear the most of you, the majority, you little young motherfuckers talk like y'all still don't get it, man. You still got one of your eyes closed and the one that's open is only halfway open. Y'all still don't get it. As long as you keep supporting these motherfuckers, it don't matter what you say, it just makes you a fraud and a hypocrite. Because if you know what the fuck is going on, and a white man named Mick Foley is strong enough to do what your punk asses can't do, then you're no different from these fucking people. Because you're saying, I know you're a racist, I know you run the show, but you're also my master. Because I just can't find it in me to walk away from this shit. So I'll be back here next week with the same bullshit rants, the same complaints, the following week and the following and the following. Yet there is a company that support my people, and my people are over there thriving and shining, but I'm not going to support them because somehow I have this unwritten loyalty, this allegiance that I pledged to my master's company. The same way WWE is pimping out TNA, they pimp you out. You're admitting and claiming racism and digging into history to expose how dirty these motherfuckers are. Yet you motherfuckers are still watching this shit, supporting this shit. And then your dumbasses went out and subscribed to ESPN Plus. And this is all while you're saying that they're racist and that the company's garbage, the shows are trash. But your stupid ass is sitting there watching their PLEs and everything, aren't you? So what does that make you? That's like a nigga sitting up here watching gay porn going, man, I don't know how nobody could be gay. Fucking, I can't, not me. Fucking fags, man, fucking over them, not me. And all of a sudden, the motherfucker's sitting there watching gay porn and you walking and catching, what are you going to say? I ain't gay. Bro, what are you watching this shit for? What's the excuse? I don't like it, but I'm watching it. I'm not that way, but I'm watching it. Yeah? But that's this generation. Nothing means what it actually is anymore. Nothing's wrong anymore. I don't like it. I'm going to complain. And this is why you can't protect your own kids. Because you're too stupid to know how to put your foot down. And you will put your kids in danger because you're too stupid to understand. If you don't know how to say yes when you should and no when you should, you will be a person that will go along with something just to try to keep peace. And if your kids get that, they learn all this shit from you. So they won't grow and understand danger. They won't grow and understand when something is, when they should step back or not be a part of something. Or, hey, sometimes you got to defend yourself. Whatever it may be, you don't even know how to protect your kids. Imagine this. You got a son or daughter, and they hear you say, they happen to see one of your videos, and they say, Pop, I didn't know that they was racist in WWE, and what happened? Now, you sit down and explain it to them. Now, out of everything that you explained, if your son or daughter said, well, Dad, why do you still watch him? Just imagine how these words would sound to your kid. Well, I grew up watching this stuff, so I love it, and it's not all bad, but, I support it because it's just part of my childhood, and I just love pro wrestling. But Dad, there's AEW, there's other companies. Why this one? You're not talking good about the other companies either. You don't even talk about the other ones, and you say you don't watch them. But why would you support a company that you call racist and trash? Because what once was good isn't good now. Well, today in school, this girl called me a nigger, but people say I should forgive her and then go Ask her for forgiveness tomorrow. Forget about it. Ask her for forgiveness. And you go, forgiveness for what? Well, because she called me a nigger. I must have did something to make her call me a nigger. Maybe I was acting like a nigger. So I should go and apologize to her and ask for her forgiveness. That wouldn't make no sense to you, would it? Because you'd be basically teaching her to be like you. And her response to you being that is because your fucking stupid answer makes no sense to her. That's the whole thing with you guys. And you probably, if you got even this much sense, no, you don't go apologize to her because she called you a nigga. She owe you an apology. Duh, motherfucker. That's the whole thing. Y'all are backwards as fucking. You watch this shit and complain about it and complain about it. Listen, man, I would be in so much support of AEW, and believe me, for all the people that love AEW, it's because the show is solid, the diversity is there, and the inclusion has nothing to do with, well, let's just bring somebody in just to bring them. No. They are professional wrestling. Do I expect every black fucking person that ever gets in the wrestling ring, they all got to be world champion? No. Do I expect every white person to? No. Every Latino? No. But the effort that you make to push these wrestlers, if your attitude is a wrestling company is only going to thrive if the world champion is white, then basically you are proving Bruce Pritchard, you are proving Jim Ross or whoever made those comments that wrestling is a white man's sport. And it always has been, truthfully, which is exactly why you can count how many black motherfucking champions. And here go the thing. When y'all sit up here and say, act like it doesn't matter if you had a belt anywhere other than WWE, well, let's count all your black WWE champions. Yeah, go and look in the history books of every World Wrestling Entertainment heavyweight champion. Count how many black ones there was there. And I bet you your dumb asses go, damn, even though you already knew this. Yeah, I guarantee you do. That's the mentality that these races have. If we don't have a white champion, it's not going to be the same. The Usos, not white, but they're not black. Not black Americans. They're Samoans. But we got to take the other ones, the younger ones, and give them a street punk persona. Roman Reigns is just more quiet. You know what I mean? We come from a certain area. We know that we talk a little different from other people, that everybody talk different from somebody. But the emphasis on black people is always to give us a bunch of extra jive, a bunch of extra slang and immaturity that it's bullshit, man. So for everybody that's sitting here just making your little videos now about racism, man, we've been talking about this shit forever. But you want to know what y'all don't do either? All y'all black content creators, you don't salute other black content creators because you got your little channels, you got your ego, got your little ass on your shoulders, but you try to make it seem like all your thoughts are original. And everybody see what you guys are doing. It is what it is, though. Too bad the world is not one, and it's too bad the world is divided instead of united, but that's just the way it is because people make it that way. But y'all keep talking and keep acting like you don't see certain things. But we know where your ideas are coming from. Doesn't matter. Because the truth is, the only thing that changed is what you make change. If y'all want to keep sitting here calling these people racist and saying all this shit that y'all saying, and y'all flying out, hopping on planes, spending money to go to these PLEs and ordering this shit, the truth is you really should shut the fuck up. Because what are you talking about? Would you go to a restaurant that keeps serving you bad food? Case in point. That's all I got for you guys now. Catch you guys on the next one.